This is macOS Ken.
Apple pledges help for Texas, a couple of stories from Apple's supply chain, and the company's getting ready for a whole new G. It's Friday, the 19th of February, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Mint Mobile. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/macOSCan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSCan. The tragedy gripping the Lone Star State has not escaped Apple's attention. If you've been near any source of information for the past few days, you've heard what's happening. Ice and snow and bitter cold temperatures, an independent power grid nowhere near able to handle the load, massive power failures, folks without potable water, burst pipes leading to flooded homes and collapsed ceilings, barren shelves at grocery stores. It seems likely we've not heard the worst of it yet. Apple CEO Tim Cook hit Twitter on Thursday, calling attention to the plight and pledging assistance. Quoting his Twitter message, "Our hearts are with everyone across Texas and around the U.S., including many of our team members as they endure the impact of the harsh winter storms. Apple will be making a financial contribution to local, community-based organizations to support their relief efforts." Foxconn has raised the pay of its assembly workers in China, though it may not have done so unbidden. The site Industry Week says Foxconn parent Han Hai announced a rise in base pay for workers in China by up to 25% in a bid to improve working conditions. While we can't say for certain why this is happening now, the timing is interesting. According to the report, news of the higher pay came as the Fair Labor Association began inspections for Apple on Monday at Foxconn's plant in Shenzhen, following reports that employees were overworked and underpaid. And didn't you think that was taken care of? Han Hai says salaries have risen by 16% to 25%. That brings them to between $285 a month and $400 a month, depending on job performance. Apple's reportedly angling for more manufacturing incentives in India. Apple Insider says the Cupertino company is trying to get the government there to up the amount it kicks in for exports. To way oversimplify, India wants to be a manufacturing hub. It's got a plan that would invest in manufacturing, with payouts to manufacturers based on the number of things made in and exported from India. The country is reportedly willing to pay out as much as $964.5 million US over the course of 5 years. Apple and other firms would like to see that number come in closer to $2.74 billion US, according to the report. Indications in the piece are that Apple's interest is tied specifically to iPad production. Apple Insider says the Cupertino company has not commented on the report. Apple is getting its 6G game on. Oh, I know what I said. Bloomberg says just a few months after putting its first 5G iPhones on sale, the Cupertino company is looking for folks to work on 6th-generation cellular connectivity, but your friends, so you can call it 6G. According to an Apple job listing, you will have the unique and rewarding opportunity to craft next-generation wireless technology that will have deep impact on future Apple products. In this role, you will be at the center of a cutting-edge research group responsible for creating next-generation disruptive radio access technologies over the next decade. Next decade? Heck, maybe even more. Bloomberg says industry watchers don't expect 6G to roll out until about 2030, but the job listings indicate Apple wants to be involved at the earliest stages in the development of the new technology. News of a new Apple Watch study. Mac Rumors says University Health Network, or UHN, has tied up with Apple on a heart failure study employing Apple's wearable. The description makes it sound like they don't know what they don't know, which makes it sound kind of awesome. The aim of the study is to find out how the Apple Watch can help with early identification of heart failure progression. According to the report, cardiologist Dr. Heather Ross is teaming up with Apple to compare data collected by the Apple Watch to data routinely collected from the physical tests heart failure patients undergo. The study will determine whether the heart sensors and features in the Apple Watch, including the blood oxygen app and mobility metrics, can provide early warning signs, and whether patients can perform traditionally clinic-based assessments in their own homes. They don't know, but they are optimistic. The aforementioned Dr. Ross says the biometric data collected by Apple Watch may provide comparable, precise, and accurate measurements of fitness, prognostic markers, and early warning signals compared to traditional diagnostics. Unlike a lot of Apple Watch studies, this one is pretty limited. Participants will all be patients from the Peter Monk Cardiac Center, according to the report. More news in a moment, but first a word from Mint Mobile, cutting your wireless bill to as little as $15 a month. Are you in the habit of paying more for stuff than you have to pay? If you're still with one of the big carriers, yes, you are. Break that habit with Mint Mobile. I've been using Mint Mobile for a while now, and it has been great. Data speeds, sound quality, tethering my phone as a personal hotspot. All of it at significant savings. A full year of Mint Mobile cost me less than 3 months with my old carrier. Personally, I find it exciting. Every Mint Mobile plan comes with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Also, they come with a 7-day money-back guarantee. Really try it out. If you're not completely satisfied, return it within 7 days for a full refund. Otherwise, keep your phone, keep your number, and keep more of your money. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/macOSken. That's MINT, mintmobile.com/macOSken. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/macOSken. Hey, remember that second macOS 11.3 developer beta I told you about yesterday? The one with the new customization options for Safari, optimizations for using iOS apps on M1 Macs, personalization options for Apple Music, and much, much more. MacRumor says there is a beta release now for public testers. If you're already in the program, you know what to do. If you're not, but you want to be, point your HTTW whatnots to beta.apple.com. If you're looking to pedal around Portland, Oregon, or San Diego, California, Apple Maps just got more useful. Apple Insider says Cupertino's answer to cartography has expanded cycling directions for the two cities. That means info on bike lanes, paths, and data on inclines, stairs, or obstacles for cyclists, according to the report. It's slow going, it seems. Not biking, but adding the biking info. Only a handful of areas are currently supported, including London, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and mainland China. Okay, that last one is pretty big. If you're a Microsoft Office for Mac user who'd rather buy your software than rent it, there's a new version on the way for you. iDownload blog says Mr. Softy has announced a standalone version of the suite due out sometime this year. Office 2021 is not expected to have significant design changes. The piece says those will be left to the recurring revenue generator that is Office 365. The buyable version will support dark mode, though, so that's something. As far as other new features, we will have to wait and see. No official release date for the suite, just sometime this year. Apple's TV app has landed on another big platform. Engadget says the home of Snoopy, Little America, and Ted Lasso has found its way to Google TV. That'll give users access to any movies and TV shows purchased through iTunes over the years. It'll also give them access to Apple TV channels, including Apple's own. In the US, the piece says Google TV users will see Apple originals in their personalized recommendations and search results. You'll also be able to ask the Google Assistant to open the Apple app or play one of its exclusive titles. These features will roll out to the rest of the world in the coming months, Google said. News of a new cast member for Luck. That is one of the animated films headed to Apple TV Plus thanks to the deal it struck with Skydance Animation. A piece from Variety says Oscar winner Jane Fonda will voice a dragon in the movie. Well, the dragon, actually. According to the article, Fonda will voice the dragon, described as the exuberant CEO of Good Luck, an undisputed luckiest ancient being in all the land. The dragon is elegant, stylish, and as persuasive as she is powerful. The only thing better than good luck is more good luck. So when bad luck starts to spin out of control, she must face her fears or risk losing good luck forever. And finally today, Apple's nearing the halfway point on its first entrepreneur camp for Black founders and developers. Apple Insider ran a story earlier this week outlining the online camp and highlighting the 13 apps the company is helping to shepherd. The piece says the camp is designed to help developers improve their existing apps in the App Store. It includes technology labs, one-on-one code guidance from Apple experts, and mentorship from Apple leaders. While dedicated to Black founders and entrepreneurs, the apps themselves run the gamut. Some are aimed at Black users, such as The Peak, TV shows and movies, a platform to share TV and movie recommendations among friends and family while also highlighting Black creators and actors. Then there's the app Black, a news app that facilitates culturally relevant and multifaceted news for Black people. Other apps at the camp include Hollow Garden, based on AR and AI technology. The piece says Hollow Garden is meant to help aspiring gardeners flourish with features like plant care and health management. Film 3D is an app that seeks to remove barriers to capturing, creating, and sharing immersive media. Health Auto Expert is an app meant to easily extract and share specific data across healthcare providers in a private way. And TuneBend is an app to help educational organizations and performing artists create, teach, distribute, and sell new and existing music. Speaking of the latest cohort, Lisa Jackson, Apple VP, Environment, Policy, and Social Initiatives, said, "These incredible app creators and business leaders embody the entrepreneurial spirit that runs so deep in the Black community. Their work already demonstrates the power of coding to build a better world, and we're honored to support them as they blaze a trail we know so many more will follow." The camp started last Tuesday. It'll run through next Thursday, the 25th of February. Coming up in a few minutes, the scariest thing he ever did, DC or Marvel. What would be his one superpower? Tom Merritt steps up and gives it a few more spins. It is his second time with the Wheel of Stuff. You can hear it in a few minutes. Look for that show and subscribe wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken Live goes live again this afternoon, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/KenRay. You can catch it live or on replay there. You can also grab the audio podcast, macOS Ken Live, wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Mint Mobile. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/macOSCan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSCan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.